Africa, agriculture is the backbone of everything, yet most farmers remain poor. Why? Because middlemen shortchange you. They pay you peanuts and make you feel you have no choice. They drive into your village with their big trucks, tell you the market has crashed, and buy your products for next to nothing. But let me tell you something, you do have a choice. Right now, the world is hungry for what you are growing. International exporters are desperate, staying awake literally all night, trying to fill containers with African sesame, cashew, ginger, and hibiscus for buyers in Asia, Europe, and America. Today, because so many members of the wealth team have been flooding my comment and asking, how do I export my crops? How do I find real buyers? How do I stop these middlemen from eating my sweat? How do I find the exporters you see are begging for my products? I'm finally revealing the 7 proven ways to sell directly to exporters. For those who watch to the end, there is a bonus point that can put you ahead of the game, and a warning about something destroying many in this business. My name is Tim, and I'm the leader of the wealth team. On this channel, we're on a mission to raise thousands of African millionaires before the next 1 year. Subscribe and be a part of this journey and have the chance of being among the thousands. For this video, I've spent months analyzing the 2025-2026 trade trends, and I have this to tell you. The world has shifted. Climate failures in Asia and South America means global buyers are now desperate for Africa. Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, wherever you are, your soil is a gold mine. So we are counting down 7 powerful ways for you to benefit from that gold today. We start with the basics at number 7 and then build up to the number 1 secret used by the top 1% agro-millionaires to control the market. Don't miss a single second. So let's begin now with number 7. National export bodies and government programs. Seriously, let's talk about the government. Many of you hear Ministry of Agriculture or Export Council and you think, that's for people with connections. But that's a lie that is costing you millions. These offices exist because the government needs foreign exchange. They are actually desperate to help you, not because they want to help you, but because when they help you, every single bag that you export brings dollars back into the economy. Exporters who have the huge contracts, now I'm talking about people who ship 100 containers a month, don't have time to go from village to village. They are terrified of buying bad goods that will be rejected at the port. So, they go to the national export bodies and say, give me a list of verified suppliers. If your name is not there, you don't exist to them. To get started, you need to make a physical visit to one of these offices. In Nigeria, that's the NEPC, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. In Ghana, you are looking for GEPA, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. In Kenya, it's the Export Promotion Council. And in South Africa, you visit the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition. You should walk right into their office in your state or provincial capital and ask for the process to register as a supplier. Once you are there, you apply for an exporter's certificate. Yes, there is a small fee and some paperwork, but this certificate is your identity card in the global market. After that, you must ask for the exporter directory. This is a list updated every year that contains the names, emails, and phone numbers of every licensed exporter in the country. It is essentially a phone book for wealth. Now, after getting it, don't just keep it on your shelf. Start calling the exporters listed inside. You tell them, my name is Tim. I am a registered supplier with the council, and I have 10 tons of grade A split ginger ready for inspection. Suddenly, you aren't just a farmer in their eyes. You are a professional business partner. This works incredibly well for crops like cocoa, cashew, sesame, and even hibiscus. Now, let's go to number 6, where you register on verified online B2B platforms. Now, this is where technology meets the farm. Why should you wait for a man to drive to your village when you can put your farm in front of a buyer in Shanghai or Dubai while sitting under a tree? The digital world has completely removed border. Modern exporters use B2B platforms to source raw materials because it's faster and more transparent. You need to get your farm on platforms like Twitch.com, Zoocell, or Alibaba. Twitch is specifically designed for agriculture, and in 2026, it is becoming the absolute goldmine for African producers. But listen closely, because this is where many farmers fail. Exporters don't just buy sesame. They buy grade A white sesame seeds with 99% purity and less than 6% moisture. You need to speak their language. When you list your goods on a platform like Zoocell and you state the exact moisture content and purity levels, the exporter knows you are a professional. They will pay you more just because they trust your data. While you're at it, focus on your photography. You should take photos of your bags in a clean, well-lit warehouse. Take a video of you running your hands through the seeds or breaking open a cashew nut to show the kernel. This proof of life for your crop is what makes an exporter in the city send a truck for you immediately without even visiting. I remember a farmer I once met in Benue who listed his soybeans on Zoacell. He was getting 600,000 naira locally, but an exporter saw his listing, verified his quality online through his data, and paid him 850,000. That's an extra 250,000. From here now, let's go to number 5, where you'll be required to join farmer cooperatives or aggregation centers. Now let's talk about the volume problem. Why does the middleman cheat you? It's simple, because you only have 5 bags. An exporter wants 20 tons. That is 1 full shipping container. He cannot waste fuel and time to drive to your village for 5 bags. So he sends a middleman to collect from everyone. That middleman takes 60% of your profit as a service fee for doing the work of gathering the goods. Now when you join a cooperative or an aggregation center, you become the big player. You are no longer one finger, you are a fist. You should start by forming a cluster with about 20 farmers around you. You all agree to grow the same variety of maize or soybeans so that the quality is uniform. Then, instead of everyone keeping bags in their houses, where rats and moisture will destroy them, you rent one clean dry warehouse together. This becomes your aggregation center. In this center, you must be your own quality police. If anyone brings wet grains, you must reject it. If the exporter finds even one bad bag in your 20 tons, he will reject the whole container at the port and you will lose your reputation. Once you have the volume, you are the one who calls the big exporters. You tell them, we are the Wealth Team Farmers Group. We have 20 tons of premium raw cashew nuts ready in our warehouse. Give us your best bid. Because you have the volume, they will fight each other to give you the best price. This works best for bulk grains like maize, soybeans and rice. And from here we move to number 4, where you have to attend international trade fairs and missions. This is where the real agro-millionaires are made. Every year there are events like Gold Food in Dubai, Anuga in Germany, or the IATF, the Intra-African Trade Fair. Exporters and international buyers attend these fairs specifically to find sources. They are tired of buying through 5 different agents who all have their own profit. They want to see the face of the person who actually grows the food. When you go to these fairs, you don't need to carry a whole bag of cocoa on your back. You should prepare a sample pack, get a small beautiful glass jars and put your best hibiscus, ginger or shea butter inside. Label it professionally with your farm's name and contact details. The best way to get to attend these fairs is to keep an eye on your Ministry of Trade or organizations like the USAID West Africa Trade Hub. They often sponsor trade missions where they actually pay farmers to travel, stay in hotels and exhibit their products to international buyers. When you're at the fair, don't just stand there and say, please buy my crops. You should have a pitch ready. You tell them, I represent a cluster of 100 ginger farmers in Kaduna and we can supply 5 containers of organic grade ginger every single season. And please, seriously, get a professional business card printed. It costs almost nothing, but it makes an exporter from India or Lebanon believe you have a serious business. Those business cards may be simple, but that's how the $1 million contracts begin. So let's go to number 3, where you leverage on social media and WhatsApp buyer groups. Now let's talk about that phone in your hands. If you're only using it for Facebook likes and WhatsApp good morning messages, you are wasting $1 million tool. Agro export is about speed. An exporter gets an order on a Tuesday. I need 20 tons of chili pepper by Friday to catch the ship. He doesn't have time to go to a trade fair or browse a directory. He goes straight to his WhatsApp group. Now you need to start making LinkedIn your primary professional tool. Search for procurement manager or export buyer at big companies like Olam, TGI Group or Navia. When they are short of stock, they post it on LinkedIn. At the same time, you should find invite links for commodity-specific WhatsApp groups. Look for groups like Ginger Buyers West Africa or Cashew Exporters Hub. When you post in these groups, don't just send a text message saying I have ginger. You should send a high-quality video. Show yourself in the warehouse, show the bags being weighed, and show the quality of your produce. You tell them, well team, I have 10 tons of clean hibiscus in Kano. The moisture is perfect and it's ready for loading. Who is ready? But here is a big warning. Before you ship a single bag, you must ask for the buyer's office address and verify their reputation within the group. Real exporters will never mind being verified. This method is incredibly fast for species like chili, pepper, ginger, onions, and hibiscus. Now to number 2, where you partner with licensed exporters or agents. Let's be very honest with each other. Direct export is a very difficult business. You need an NXP form, a phytosanitary certificate, a relationship with a shipping line, and a lot of patience for paperwork. If you aren't ready for the headache yet, number 2 is your best friend. Instead of trying to be the export king and failing because of documentation, you should become a preferred supplier. The exporter has the license, the warehouse, and the overseas buyer. He has the pipe, you just provide the water. The way to do this is by approaching big licensed farmers like aggregator for hibiscus and Navia for ginger and cashew. Ask them about their outgrower program. This often leads to what we call the off-taker agreement. This is a legal contract where they guarantee to buy your crop at a specific price even before you plant the seeds. This protects you completely if the local market crashes. Many of these exporters will even provide you with high-quality seeds and the right fertilizers on credit because they are desperate for a high-quality harvest at the end of the season. Once you deliver high quality to them just one time, you don't need to look for buyers ever again. They will be the ones calling and asking, "Is the harvest ready? We have a container waiting at the port just for your goods." This begins a long-term partnership that ensures you never have a wasted harvest. And then, wealth team. We go to number 1, where you build your own export brand and online presence. This is the strategy that moves you from being a farmer to being an international CEO. The world of 2026 has moved past just buying crops. People now buy traceability and trust. Imagine a buyer in Germany who needs soybeans. If he searches for quality soybeans Uganda and your professional LinkedIn page or a clean, simple website comes up, what does he see? He sees videos of your clean farm. He sees your workers following hygiene protocols, and he sees your moisture test results. He will ignore the big faceless companies and talk to you directly. You have removed the risk for him. You should start by giving your farm a professional brand name. Don't just be Jan the Farmer. Be Unity Global Agro Exports or Wealth Team Agro Exports. Every single week, you should post a video of your process. Cleaning our sesame today. Testing moisture on our ginger. This builds a digital trail of quality that no middleman can touch, ever. You can even use free tools like Canva or Google Sites to build a one-page website that lists your export specifications. Now, when you have your brand, you don't take the market price. You are the one who sets the price. The buyer is happy to pay a trust premium because they know exactly what they are getting from you. This is how you stop being a victim of the system and start being the one who controls the market. This is the ultimate goal for everyone in the wealth team. Now, before you go out there and start making these deals, here is something I promise to protect you, a warning that you should take serious. The export world has a lot of money, but it also has so many snakes. I want to talk about the registration scam. If someone calls you from a fancy sounding office and says, "I have a buyer in Japan waiting for your goods, but you must pay $100 for a supplier registration fee first," you should hang up the phone immediately. Real exporters pay you for your goods. You never ever pay a buyer to buy from you. Also, we must talk about the pesticide death sentence. In 2026, Europe and America are being extremely strict. They are rejecting African crops because of bad chemicals. If you use banned pesticides like sniper or high sulfur chemicals to preserve your beans or ginger, the laboratory at the port would find it. They will seize your container, they might even burn it, and you will lose every single penny you've invested. You must stick to organic or government-approved preservation methods. Your reputation is far more expensive than any pesticide. Lastly, never underestimate your packaging. You should never use old, dirty or torn sack. If your crop is a premium product, you must invest in new clean sacks. It makes the exporter feel they are buying something of high value the moment they see the truck. And then to what will change the game for you. You must leverage on building trust through certification and quality control. Let me tell you a secret they don't want you to know. The reason they pay you low prices is because of the claim that your produce are dirty or of low quality. Now, exporters are terrified of rejected containers. If they ship 20 tons of beans to the UK and the UK inspectors find high pesticides or weevils, the exporter loses hundreds of thousands of dollars in just a single day. If you can prove your crop is export grade, they will pay you a premium just for the peace of mind. Here's how to do it. First, buy a moisture meter. Seriously, this is the best investment you will ever make. For less than $50, you can buy a handheld moisture meter. If your ginger is 10% moisture, it is export gold. If it's 15%, it will mold on the ship. Knowing your number gives you power in a negotiation. Second, focus on cleaning and sorting. Don't sell field-run crops. Spend a little extra to winnow your sesame or sort your cashew by size. Third, get global GAP or organic certification. If you grow fruits like avocado or mangoes, look into global GAP. That's good agricultural practices. It's an international stamp of approval. In Kenya and Uganda, this is the difference between selling at a local stall and selling at a supermarket in London. Fourth, traceability. Keep a simple notebook and write down: planted May 10th, used organic fertilizer June 1st, harvested October 15th. When you show an exporter this farm diary, they know you are not a random trader. You are a partner. Now, Wealth Team, look at where we started today. We started with the pain of being cheated at the farm gate. We started with the frustration of seeing middlemen take the profit of your hard work. But now, you have the roadmap. You have 7 different ways to reach people who are actually looking for you. You don't have to do all 7 today. That will be overwhelming. I just want you to pick one and then you can start immediately. I want you to comment below right now. Tell me what crop you are growing. Are you a ginger farmer? Are you into sesame or cocoa? Tell me your country and which method you want to use to access the exporters. I'm going to be in the comments and answer to your questions and help you through the process. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.